north, west, south, east. Believe me, folks, born and raised right here, been a farmer my whole life. I know these woods, I know these land, I know all this land. I knows my bearings. And this is crazy. That right there. What in the world? Baby, you see that thing? You see the sun? Look. Oh, it's coming too good now. Well, what's that? Yeah, this ain't no wind flare deal. Baby, you see, alright, you see the sun, right?
Yes.
What in the hell?
That's what I was thinking.
I'm telling you, something's going on because the sun was just way up here high in the sky. Ain't been, what, 20 minutes ago?
Mm-hmm.
There's some kind of light source right there with it. I don't know what in the hell. Damn right it's huge. Holy crap. I sure have been banking on Nibiru being a damn hoax. But how could the sun be that low, going behind the clouds, and all that light beside it look like it's raining down out of the clouds?
And look at how it looks whenever I take the picture.
Jesus Christ. We need to head for the day.
Hi everybody, it is Steve Olson. It's July 29th, 2016. Hi everybody, it's good to see you again, so to speak. We have here a picture from across the Alps, and I'm told by the subscriber that the photograph that was taken here is directly over CERN. And the reason I wanted to bring it up, because I've said some things about CERN and things like that that, you know, may have sounded like I was in support of this device or something. I am not. This is scary. When I see this type of electromagnetic activity happening over the, you know, CERN facility like this, it really makes me very concerned, especially given now BP Earthwatch's constant coverage of CERN and how it seems to coincide with certain sunspot and electromagnetic activity with the sun. So, but I see an image like this, or get an image like this, and what's really interesting is this particular photograph, which we have seen over this particular German lake. I don't know which one it is, but I've seen this image several times. Guess what? It's over CERN. So I'm getting really concerned about CERN. I've always been concerned about it. I always thought that they were trying to mess with our electromagnetism of the Earth. I can't discern if they're trying to do it for good or ill, if it's good intention or bad intention. All indications are it's bad intention because of all the symbology around it and everything like that. But I just wanted to show you guys that I do pay attention to other things other than Nibiru, and I think that this particular phenomenon is connected. I think it's either related to them trying to do something to oppose the system, I think that it's ill-advised. I think that it's crazy. I think what they're trying to do is hold off the destroyer. I think that's really what they're going to try to do. And I think they're going to fail miserably, by the way. So remember the red halo discussion that we were having yesterday? Well, over the last couple days too? We just got a message from the doctor from the School of Physics in South Africa, and she was not happy with our with our assessment. Obviously, there's an issue with the ability for us, as we rotate around the sun, to have something sitting behind the sun. I understand that. What I meant to say is that it's coming up from below our planet, so it's hard for us to see it. The second thing, though, because it doesn't relate to the halo, but what does relate to the halo and what she believes is the reason for the halo is that it's basically attracting dust from the other system, and basically it has attracted and formed a spherical envelope around the sun. So that's our physics professor answer for the red halo. She also acknowledges that it's seen in space, and therefore it must be some type of spherical dust cloud around the sun. I thought that would be an interesting thing just to put out there as another theory for the halo. These pictures that I get like this, these low-res pictures from people's cell phones, are fun to see and definitely show stuff sometimes. But it's really difficult for me to tell what's going on with these Canadian cams in that FAA network, because they have such a lens that it changes any objects into triangles, so it's really hard to tell what it is. If you find something that's interesting on there, don't hesitate to send it to me. But this was interesting because this also was on Dill Martin's channel the other day. But look at how humongous the light is from this, from Point Lay looking straight north in Alaska yesterday. And then I wanted to show you guys this one because I thought it was compelling. I got a low res, but this is a Skycam image of New York. That's the Empire State Building right there. This orb was actually visible from this Skycam for what the subscriber told me was for a couple hours. I wanted to share this one. This one I did not get the actual photograph of this. This is from a subscriber. And what you can see here, it's very faint in the background of the ISS as the ISS was coming over the dark part of the Earth. They actually caught that same orb that BP and others have been catching. They don't know it's an orb because it reveals itself in slices for some reason. But there's that orb from the ISS yesterday. And I thought that was a really good picture. And then we've got, the same interesting, could be a lens flare, but at the same time, I've seen plenty of photographs. In order for me to really ascertain if something like that is not a lens flare, by the way, for me not to call it a lens flare, I have to be able to see some kind of a reflection in the water or something that validates that it's a real object. So this was on the news actually in the local area, this beautiful cloud. I think this is from Washington State. And we know that it's actually an ominous cloud. It's probably chemtrail material, would be my guess. Now, this is the photograph I was talking about with Wayne from the ISS from the other day. We actually have particulate dust, whatever you want to call it, hitting. Now, I don't know how common it is for the ISS to get to get a dust storm or whatever. I keep an eye on dust storms and things like that with the ISS. I look for astronauts coming home quickly, things like that as trigger points for, potentially, dangerous situations for the Earth. But anyway, I just thought it was interesting that we're now starting to see actual particulate around the space station. And then I love it when somebody catches something, on Google Earth, and this is a Google Earth, letting us see a really nice picture of a planet, guys. It's a freaking planet, okay? Just stop lying to yourselves. That is a planet. And it came off Google Earth, which is even weirder. All right, so this is the picture. Just look at the picture. I'll read the note. Hi, Steve. Long-time listener, first time contacting you. My youngest daughter sent me these pictures from Fort Collins, Colorado. They were taken on 7/27/16 around 7 a.m. from her cell phone. So apparently this is the sun rising in the east, and this is an object that she took a picture of. He wanted to show these to me in the most desperate way, and I really, guys, wow, right? I mean, we are catching so many good pictures and so much good evidence, and it's just getting to be overwhelming, really. If you've been looking at it as long as I have been, and I get really cynical sometimes overly cynical, just because I just don't, I just hate. I try to take the opposite viewpoint all the time. Is this real? Is this not real? Is this interesting? Is this not interesting? And this is an interesting photo. It's the photo of the day. This is showing something extremely dangerous on our horizon, right? So we're able to see all this stuff, and many of you are researching this stuff yourself, starting YouTube channels. I commend you. Many people, 200 groups across the world, WSO groups, are joining, banding together, thousands of people now, relocating, helping each other relocate, making decisions together, preparing together, doing positive things together, all that working great. Yeah, it's busy. It seems like we don't have a lot of time left. It seems like the fuse is short. I get it. But guys, you've got to get rest. Okay? And this is a lesson that I had to learn too. Yes, this is deeply interesting stuff. This is stuff that's hard to put down because it's so interesting. It's so fascinating. I get it. But really, here's what I want every Nibiru researcher, people that are hooked on this stuff right now, I want you to listen to me and listen to me good right now. You need to get some rest. You need to take a break every so often from this or you'll go crazy. The second thing is we've, as a community, we have a beautiful opportunity that no or very few other humans, with outside of quite frankly, terminally ill patients like from cancer. The unique perspective that a cancer patient or a person that knows that they're near death knows is that every moment is precious and valuable. And they will oftentimes lament and regret that they didn't make better use of the moments that they had during their life. And they don't talk about works that they wanted to do, and they don't talk about the money that they made at that point. It's always about the people that were closest to them and that they loved the most. They wish they would have spent more time with them. So the reason I'm saying this is we can see imminent critical situation coming to us. We're like a big cancer patient. We know it's terminal, man. We know that the earth is terminal right now. Okay? But take that as an opportunity to say, every little sliver of time that you have left between now and this event, or whatever is going to be the end of you, because we're all going to die. Take advantage and be in that minute, that moment, and hug your wife, hug your husband, kiss your children, call your mother. This is Steve Olson signing off. Hope you have a good weekend.
North, west, south, east. Believe me, folks, born and raised right here, been a farmer my whole life. I know these woods, I know these land, I know all this land. What in the world? Baby, you see that thing? It knows my bearings. And this is crazy. That right there. sun, look. Oh, it's coming through good now. Well, what's that? Yeah, this ain't no wind flares deal.